Hi friends, today in this video, we will create a stylish hold and push button with the help of HTML and Sass. If you have basic knowledge of Sass, you can also create it too easily. Watch this video till the end and do subscribe the channel. Thanks. Let's start this. Open the VS Code editor and write down the basic format of HTML. Now, create a div inside body having class named container. Now, put some text inside span tag. The purpose for doing this is to customize the text with the help of Sass in very effective way. Now, come to the Sass. Now create two CSS variables, primary and secondary, which will contain two different color. These variables will be used later in the code to set the background color of elements. So, this Sass file, then, we need to convert it into CSS file. For that, click below on the extension named Watch Sass. You can see, in the left side, it has drawn a map to CSS file, which means, everything we write in this Sass file, it will convert and save the code in CSS file. Now, we will link this CSS file to the head element of HTML. The body element is being given some basic styling to set its margins to 0, its display to flex, and its height to 100% of the viewport height. Additionally, the background color of the body is set to a gradient with two colors. Now, we will style the div. The display flex is used to set the container to a flex layout so that its child elements are aligned and centered vertically and horizontally. The justify content, center, align items, center, is used to align the child elements in the center of the container. We will set the position to relative. Now, we will set width, height, padding, border radius, background, margin properties to look it more elegant. Now, we will set the cursor as pointer. Now, we will set some transition properties. The transition is set to apply to the background color, transform, and border radius properties. The transition will take 0.25s and ease in. Now, we will use pseudo-elements are used to create additional visual effects. Here, before pseudo-element will create a blur effect on the container's background color. We will set the position as absolute and set the top at 22.5% and left at 5%, the width and height are set to 90% and 80%. We will set the border radius inherit so it will match the container's border radius. The background is set to inherit so it matches the container's background color. The filter is set to blur with a value of 3 Vmin. Now, we will create after pseudo-element and will be positioned absolute with left -25% and top -25%. The width and height are set to 150%. The border is set to 6 Riemann solid with the primary color. Opacity is set to 0.25. The box sizing is set to border box and the border radius is set to 50%. The transform is set to scale 0.5 and the transition is set to all 5 Z's in. The Z index is set to -10, so it will be behind the container. Now, we will style the span element and will give some basic styling to affect its text. The text is aligned in the center. Text transform is set to uppercase. Font weight is set to 700, letter spacing is set to 0.25 Riemann and user select is set to none. Now, we will style the large text class and which will be applicable on elements inside of the span. You can see, it is working on pressing and holding the button. The visual effects looks cool. Thanks for watching. If you are new on this channel, then please subscribe and likes. You can also support me on Buy Me Coffee. The links is in description. Thanks.